Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, July 18th, 2026. And it's going to be a quick one today where I'm going to do a 10-minute hit and then some fitness stress testing. And then I will debrief a little bit on what happened yesterday. And I think it's worth your time to kind of tune in as far as what I'm going to say. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So let's do this 10-minute hit. I've got the information there scrolling as far as what my goal currently is for the fitness stress testing. It's a really strong test, and it's something that I've been trying for a few weeks here. I'm just waiting for the heart rate to come on. Come on, there we go. So with the 10-minute hit, I'm going to set the metronome at, yesterday was 165. I don't want to burn myself out too much. So I'm going to do 155, that tempo. It's a 10-minute hit. So you saw my resting heart rate there drop to 43, and that's normal for me. When I'm sleeping, it's in the 40s on average. The last time that I recorded a sleep cycle was back in November last year, and I think the average for the 8 hours was 42 or 43, something like that. If you're curious to see what that was, it was back in November last year. So, without further ado, let's begin this warm-up. So, 30 seconds of just a regular pace, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And then, so if that's slower like this, that's okay. And then when the 30 seconds is up, that's what we're going to switch to doing right away. So 155 is a generous pace. If you're just first starting out, it may feel pretty quick for you. And if so, it's something to work towards. So jumping is good for the lymphatic system. Trying to do these. For whatever reason, to get this side more difficult for me. And it's been like this for a while. single leg hops at that pace. Forces your leg to really keep that mind-muscle connection, match the tempo. All right. So we're just over halfway done of this 10-minute hit. So with raising the knees high like that, working the hip flexors as well. Feel pretty relaxed. This last one here, unbroken crisscross is going to try. Alright. Ten minutes is done. I'm gonna grab some deuterium depleted water. And this water is very, very refreshing. My heart rate's really recovered nicely. Alright, so I'm going to switch back to, oops. This, the metronome. That's going to be the tempo for the fitness stress testing. So, for all those who are curious to try, I encourage you to see if you can do at least 30 seconds or 10 seconds of that pace. I will be using the rope that I first started using this. Here you'll see, this is the one with the kink in it. So it's got a lot of miles on it. or a lot of kilometers, whichever you like to use, whether it's metric or imperial. And this is the rope I will attempt to test with. And last week I tried three attempts, and overall it was I did okay. I just didn't have the energy in the gas tank, and sometimes it's like that. You don't have it because your body is going to kind of shift up and down a little bit like a roller coaster. You know, you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your not so good days. And last week's fitness stress testing, it was not so good. Speaking of which, I just remembered what is the barometric pressure today. So I'm going to have a quick glance here and I'm going to show it on screen. So currently the barometric pressure is actually lower today. So it's going to be interesting, and this is something that I have paid attention to over the course of time, and whether or not the barometric pressure has an effect on my ability during the testing. And so it's something that I have been just observing, so it's going to be interesting to see what transpires today. So right now you can see my resting heart rate is really kind of dropped down, which is a good thing. So perhaps it's an indicator of what's to come. So let's get on with this stress test. So setting the metronome at 228. Just gonna get right to it. Here we go. It irritates me when I start to think about breathing and so forth. It felt good. Just going to turn the metronome off here momentarily. With that approach, I just thought, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And normally, the past few weeks, or past maybe 8 weeks or maybe more, I have been wearing my old shoes. And largely because of how it feels. These shoes are slightly bigger size than the ones I have been wearing historically for this fitness stress test, and because of that, it affects how I step, essentially, because generally, you know, if you are speeding up, you're lifting your feet at a different rate, you know, to keep the tempo. And with that, the length of the shoe can affect how how much distance there is between the ground and the bottom of your shoe. So, and this is something I've been kind of thinking about the last little while. And so today I'm wearing the slightly bigger shoes, and I purposely got them this way because I wanted a wider foot, and these I wanted to feel the wider section of the shoe, or so it's not squeezing my foot from left to right on each side, like the shoe itself, not squeezing my toes together, creating a bunion, for example. I don't want that. So sometimes it's hard to find shoes that are wide enough, and especially that are affordable as well. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to buy a little slightly bigger, and with that it affects how much space there is between the ground and the bottom of my shoe. So while I've been talking here, I've been actually moving my foot forward inside the shoe, and part of me thinks that maybe I should put a sock or something. Here, I'm gonna do this now that I'm thinking about it. Just taking a paper towel and just making a, yeah, maybe that's enough. Just to see. Let's put it in my shoe to keep my heel forward. Yeah, just gonna try this. As silly as it sounds, I have a feeling it might do something. And because I can feel now the front, my toes are touching against the front edge of the shoe. So specifically my nails, which is okay. So slip this in here. So it's like putting a shoehorn in shoes. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. See what this feels. Like, one paper towel is not much, but in the grand scheme of things, it feels different. So, hey, maybe this is gonna make me get the 250. Hey, I don't know, I'm just trying to be funny. So, yeah. Hopefully the paper towel doesn't move. I don't think it will. Well, if it does, it'll be on video. You'll see it. Alright, let's go. Huh. It does feel different. I will say that. Huh. I can make just ever so smaller steps, so that way I'm not expending so much energy. It feels different. I will say that. Just gonna wait till my heart rate comes down here. I'm gonna give it another try. And this time I'm gonna switch the sides. See how this feels. And the reason being is because my left hand tends to be lower when I'm spinning, and I think it has to do with just the length of my left arm is longer than my right one. Not by much, but and most people, you know, you don't have like the symmetry left and right. One side might be, you might have a longer, some people might have a slightly larger foot on one side over the other, and that is a normal thing. So oh yeah, this thing came out. Thought it might. So this time I'm gonna put it kind of underneath my sock. There we go. Alright, so my heart rate's come back down again. So I'm gonna give it a shot. And this time I have the handle with the loose tape, I guess this is around the handle. I don't know how to describe this. That is just there for grip. So it's like your racket, tennis racket type tape that you put on. That's what's on the handle here. So, and there's a handle that I'm holding here is, one of them is loose. So this time it's on the right hand side as opposed to normally on the left. So I'm going to give it a shot. Let's try. So this is attempt number 3. One thing I was trying to do was just breathe a little bit more, because I have a tendency to not breathe, especially if I'm not really in sync with the metronome. So I stop breathing to listen, and I should probably just turn up the volume on this a little bit. See how that goes. Let's see how that sounds. And there's one thing I noticed was how it felt, especially with holding the rope the way I did, because that kink is more here if I'm holding the rope how I normally do, with the left a little bit lower. That kink is closer to my right foot, and when you're spinning the rope fast, it can affect how it feels, especially in the hands, because then you get a little bit of swinging in the rope like this. It's not completely smooth and straight, and so it can affect the feel a little bit. And this is why I've been kind of switching. I've been switching back and forth between left and right, where this racket handle tape is on the loose end is on the other hand. So I do have another set of handles, and I should probably consider that, but I don't know if that will make things any faster. There is bearings in this rope, so you know, would putting some lubrication in there assist with the feel? It's possible, and maybe that's one thing I'll do for next week off camera. I'll just put some lube in here. So I'm going to try it again with this rope. Whatever. I think that's it for this rope today. I could sense I was trying to play with the position of where that kink is by lowering my left hand more and keeping my right hand higher. So if you watch the video, you probably will see it, or the replay. And because of that, I could feel the difference in that slop, if you want to call it. And while I'm thinking here, I've got, oh, there's the other, okay. There's one handle here. So you can see one has the tape and the other one doesn't. I don't know if you can see it under the light of the camera. You can see there's no tape on that one. There's tape on here. So these are an old, you could probably see the style of handle for those who know type of ropes that are available out there. So just for consistency purposes, that's why I'm using that rope, but I prefer to use either the beaded rope or this one here. This handle here is my all-time favorite, which is the Buddy Lee Rope Master. And the reason being is because of this system here. This guy is really really good design. There's no bearing in here, and it's very free. Like when you spin it here, you can see no bearing, right? So it's works very well. I just have to replace this rope because I outlived the rope, so I have to buy a new one. Just haven't done it yet. I will buy something here pretty quick. I've been thinking about it. So let's just finish the heart rate monitor. So I'm going to turn this off here. So let's have a quick look. Heart rate's coming back down. Oh. Today's date stamp is July 18th, 2026. Starting time at 2:12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Maximum heart rate I hit today is 145. So, and you can see here how I had a big peak recovery and then back up and then down. So my conditioning is really showing itself. And here's the first test. So a strong recovery, number 2, another strong recovery, 3, and then 4. So my conditioning is real good. So I just have to be in the right mindset when I'm doing this fitness stress test. and try to get it. So with that being said, the last topic. Oh, there's Phil. Hi, Phil. I wanted to talk about debriefing yesterday's Feel It Friday. So I have the worksheet that I got here. So you can see the date here is July 17th right here. So July 17th. And in this first round here, you can see I recorded 7 minutes and 25 seconds. The second round is here at 7 minutes and 34 seconds, so only 10 seconds slower. Total reps pretty close between the first and second round. So 153 for round 1, round 2 was 161. And then you can see I have captured the sequence in which the cards were there. And then judging by the barometric pressure yesterday was at 1012.35. Total time was 16 minutes and 59 seconds, and that includes the barometric pressure. I meant to say a 2-minute rest in between rounds 1 and 2. Tempo speed was set at 165. Maximum heart rate I reached was 158. Average was 137. And so skipping at a tempo of 165 beats per minute, that equates to 2.75 revolutions per second, so RPS. And then you can see here, I tabulated the total card or total reps for each face card. So 104 for the kings, 110 for the queen, and then 100 for jacks. So over the span of the 2 rounds, the amount of, you can see 35% of the workout was focused on the mountain climber and push-up. So with the highest number of reps, followed by the king and then the jack. So when I look back at, we're just gonna go over here, the total time. You can see here, so this is for total time for the kings, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, 4 minutes and 35 seconds for the push-ups, or for the queen, mountain climber and push-up, and then 6 minutes and 4 seconds for the jacks. So that was a total of 1,000 skips, so 6 minutes and 4 seconds. So kind of just breaking things down from that point of view. Then here I have compared to June 12th, 2026, that's the time, or that's the week that I set the fastest time overall, which I believe was 16 minutes and 55 seconds. So if I go to June 12th, or I have a record here of all the times. So this spreadsheet here is all the times. Oops. So dating back to January 16th when I first started creating this log. So you can see here that time was 21 minutes and 8 seconds, and gradually, you know, I have increased the overall pace. I've been able to get faster. And so on June 12th, 2026, I hit a overall time of 16 minutes and 52 seconds. Yesterday was 16 minutes and 59 seconds. So had I not messed up yesterday with the camera, and then also skipping 10 extra steps in round 2 for the jack 8, so that would have been here, looking at the jack 8. This is round number 2. So round 2 you see here, and then the jack 8, that's where I skipped 10 extra because I thought I had messed up the my counting. So I lost also 4 to 5 seconds of time when I realized the camera wasn't set on the right view. So I stopped and switched that during the timing. So I think that combining or looking back, I probably could have finished at maybe 16:53. Even if it was 2 seconds faster, that would have been a new personal best for myself. So when I compare the actual flipping of cards from yesterday to that of there we go, to June 12th, here there was 11%. So yesterday there was 11% less in round 1 versus round 2. So and you can see here the differences overall. So the queen being 17% more and almost 2% less of jumping jacks, but the skipping was even. So it goes to show that my push ability, meaning the push-up itself, is getting stronger, and this is something that I'm been wanting to improve, especially from a week-to-week basis. So that for me is a good sign that the training that I'm doing over the course of the week, each week, it's slowly building, and I'm gaining improvements in that area. So it's one thing to do training for a specific muscle group, but you also want to progress as well. So if you're not seeing that progression, well, then you have to put in perhaps some more effort or more concentrated effort. And this past week I was doing super slow reps, so pushing or pressing 8-second intervals. So one rep was 16 seconds in total. So 16 seconds is one rep, and that's a lot of time under tension. So when you confuse and shock the muscle, you're going to get a positive response. And so next week I'll be switching it up again, and I plan on flipping cards as part of that process. So there's all kinds of interesting ideas that are kind of tabulating in my mind to how to keep things interesting, but also challenging at the same time, and to help your body actually respond. Because you could go and lift the weights every single week the same way, and will you reap benefit from it? Well, unless you're changing the resistance, that's one way you can do it. But then there's a plateau essentially that you could reach. And so, how do you overcome that plateau? How do you cause the body to keep responding? Well, it has everything to do with tempo. Tempo is it's so important. So, keep that in mind. So that's how I'm going to switch things up. Last but not least, there's one thing that I talked about yesterday, and it has to do with this free water test I got at Home Depot. So basically, you can take a sample of your water and send it in, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do it live right here, and I'm going to send it in. So, or at least I'm going to show you which one I'm going to take. So let's have a look here. So this is the sample that I'm going to send to this this company, and out of curiosity, I want to see what they're going to tell me. So it says, okay, 2 millimeters. Okay. I'm going to put deuterium depleted water in the little test tube. There we go. So maybe what I'll do, I'll just clean this out with deuterium first. And then put another few drops. I'm not worried about, how do you say, losing too much. It's only 20 drops. Or how many drops? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I put 18 drops in there. So probably see, you see the, oh yes, see? So 18 drops of deuterium depleted water. I'm going to send it to this third-party company and see what they tell me. I'll fill out this form that it comes with. So it's a prepaid envelope, and it's going to Georgian Health and Safety Limited. So wherever these guys are located, they're in Barrie, Ontario, and I have to fill out this card that comes with it, and I'm going to see what they say, and then I will share the results with you right here when I get the results back. So whether it's by way of text or email or however it is, let's see what they say. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's 10-minute HIIT along with the stress testing. If you participated and joined in the testing, then great. It shows that you're motivated and you're encouraged to test yourself. So, and always remember, power your DNA with the best. And that's what I'm doing, tapping myself on the shoulder to experience the benefits, and I support those benefits with the 3 amigos. So when you're ready to pull the trigger, right there, you can find my name, first and last name, Gordon, Gordon, Tomazic, Tomazic. I am a registered brand partner with LifeWave, and the phototherapy options is available in 80 plus countries. So make sure you get it from the real source, because Amazon and Walmart are not authorized distributors of it. There's people that are somewhat listing. I don't know why. You shouldn't be doing that. And I have a feeling there's counterfeits. So make sure you're getting the real thing and reap the benefits from this. And it can fit into your lifestyle as it's fitting into mine right there. And there's the X49, which I also use as part of my training. And I have a really strong feeling that since I implemented it earlier this year, that's why I've experienced up to a 4-minute increase in performance, especially in the Feel It Friday. Because prior to that, you can go back and you can watch all the episodes that I have recorded previously to January, and you'll see the times are there. So, and I got faster. So I really think that the combination of both the X49 and the X39 has provided some oomph, if you want to call it that, and it's worth your money. But always remember, buy from the real source. So that's it for today. See you on Monday. I'm taking the day off tomorrow, so always remember to rest up, eat well, and drink the cleanest and most absorbable water that you can. Because when it comes to powering your mitochondria and the cells, and also cellular growth, if you're curious to know why I talk about cellular growth, go back and watch the replay. It's worth your time. It's pretty interesting stuff. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow or on Monday. Bye.